Hello crafty friends, I'm Lien and I'm so glad you're joining me again today on the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel. Today I have 2 cards and envelopes to share with you guys using the new Angel Wings stamp set. This is a gorgeous layering stamp set and I would love to share with you my favorite technique for layering stamps, and that's ombre stamping. Ombre stamping is usually a little bit fussy because you don't want to get a harsh line in the middle. Now, as you can see, with this layering stamp set, I am not worrying about that at all. There is quite a harsh line there, and that is absolutely fine. I'm making 2 of these butterflies in 2 different colorways, and I'm doing it the same way twice. I just add my lightest color first, then add the darkest color second, and I just do that straight from the ink cubes. I'm not being fussy with blending brushes or blending tools or anything like that. I am just applying it straight from the ink cube like you normally would. You can do this with ink pads as well. Whatever you have is fine. Now, why am I not worrying about that harsh line? Because all of the layers will just cover it up. It's magic. These colors will blend so perfectly together because you have 4 layers doing the work for you. Because you're not going to stamp these colors in the exact same spot twice, let alone 4 times, these colors will overlap each other on each different layer differently, and that makes the blend work so well. So the yellow and the green overlap differently on each layer, and that will create a nice ombre in the middle. Same for the blue and the pink. I have done this technique before and I did the entire rainbow, and that worked out perfectly as well. I will share a video on that soon as well, so you can stay tuned for that on how to create rainbow stamping with layering stamps. Now the first card I'm making here is with the green and yellow butterfly. It's teal. I keep calling it green. It's teal ink, not green. The teal and yellow butterfly. I am using the Jewel Bloom mini slimline die, also from the new release by Crafty Meraki, and I die cut that 3 times from thick white cardstock. Now these do also cut out little separate pieces as well, and I will use those on the second card. Now onto a separate panel of paper. I also stamped an ombre sentiment. You saw me do that earlier, but I was talking over it about something else. And now I can just add that frame around it. Now, when I measured out where the sentiment would be, I figured out that the frame would be turned 180 degrees. So I kind of messed that up when gluing it on there, but it worked out just right. That celebrate just fit on there, even though it's not how I intended to put the frame on. I am adding some jewels. These are the emerald jewels by Crafty Meraki. They are so gorgeous. The jewels in these release and the gems are just stunning and such high quality. I am so in love with them. For my second card, I die cut the Dancing Feathers mini slimline die, and I trimmed that down a little bit so I could have a nice wide border on each side. But then I glued it on already, adding dimensional adhesive behind it, and I forgot that I wanted to add splatter. So I had to mask off those nice wide margins and add the splatter even when it was already on the card, but it worked out. I'm now adding those separate pieces that I mentioned. These are also from the Jewel Bloom mini slimline die, and these cut out 3 different flowers, and they also cut out 2 different leaves as well. I just used the flowers here. I am gluing those on, but before I glue them on, I just put them on those pieces of craft foam that you see on the right of the screen, and I press into them with the top of a gold gel pen. Anything you have works. It's just a rounded top, and that will make the petals of the blooms stand up a little bit and give them some dimension. Of course, I had to add some gems to these as well. I forgot what this color is called, but I will make sure to leave it listed in the description below. These are so gorgeous. These shift from blue to purple to pink. They are perfect for this pink and blue butterfly. And the emerald gems that I used before were perfect for the teal and yellow butterfly because they shift from green to yellow as well. I'm just adding that butterfly with dimensional adhesive, and that finishes up this card. Now for my envelopes, of course, I am making matching envelopes. I'm keeping things really simple. I am folding 2 mini slimline envelopes. I will also leave the calculator I use to figure out the measurements for my We Are Memory Keeper sponge board down in the description below as well. Now with these mini slimline envelopes, you usually have 2 flaps that are too long to close. So I just trim those off with my paper trimmer, and then I can glue the envelopes together with the Barely Art Precision Craft Glue. And then I'm going to do a little bit more stamping on these envelopes as well. Let's make the envelope for the yellowing teal butterfly first. And I am not going to stamp all the layers this time. I chose to stamp only the second layer of the stamp set, which is a pretty clear and defined butterfly, but it's not completely solid. So it's really interesting to stamp just that second layer as well. So I'm doing the same thing with the ombre stamping, just using my Misti there because stamp it twice to make it nice. On the inside of this envelope, I decided to also add a sentiment, again doing that in an ombre inking. So it's really easy with these ink cubes, but you can do it with ink pads as well. And that's the first envelope done. Now for the second envelope, I only stamped the butterfly. I didn't stamp a sentiment on the inside. I also didn't add a sentiment to the card because sometimes I just want a card that's neutral that I can add any message to on the inside that works for any occasion. So I have a birthday card today for Celebrate, and then I also have just a neutral card that I can send whenever I want. And I really like them both. The sparkle and shine on these gems is just gorgeous. And these butterflies are so fun to work with as well. I hope you like this card, or these cards, made 2 this time. And I hope you liked the video as well. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up on this video and leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. I hope you have checked out all the new gorgeous products from Crafty Meraki because these are so fun. The layering stamps are really gorgeous. The floral stamps just have my heart, and then there are such cute Halloween stamps as well. I just can't with this new release. Crafty Meraki also has some giveaways going on to celebrate this new release, so make sure you check the description down below for all the information on those. There was a YouTube hop earlier this week, and there's an Instagram hop spread over 2 days. It started yesterday and it continued today. So make sure you head on over to Instagram. Again, I will leave the links down below. Just comment on each stop of the hop and that will give you a chance to win. The more comments you leave, the more chances you have at winning the prizes. So I hope you check that out. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.